begin my pre-game speeches here, I would like to bring up to the podium our present Silver Lake Athletic Director, who is a teacher and a coach at Silver Lake, now an administrator, Mr. Rick Swanson, for a word about today. I know Ricky has orderly, sequential notes on everything he's going to say, spelled correctly, correct punctuation. At least that's what I remember from school. Yes?
My speech disappeared from the table.
Oh no.
So, give me
Good start.
1 minute here. I got it on my phone. It was. Why? Then I put it on the table. Yeah. I think I'm left to winging it here.
Oh, you can handle it.
It was on the table.
You okay?
Yeah.
You all right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, good evening, everybody. My name is Rick Swanson. I'm currently the athletic director at Silver Lake. And I will tell you quite honestly, first of all, my voice is a little hoarse from being over at Hoppenlock Rink this afternoon. And I'm happy to report to you that it was a Silver Lake victory in overtime. A great victory for the Lakers, and the only downside, it still feels weird when it's a victory over Pembroke. And it still feels a little bit like Civil War, that we all should belong to the same family and the same team. And the rivalry needs to remain a friendly one. So, at any rate, it's an honor for me and it's a thrill to be able to welcome all of you to tonight's dinner on behalf of the current Silver Lake administration. For me, as a Laker alum myself, as a former student athlete at Silver Lake, who has returned twice to Silver Lake. The first time as a teacher and a coach, and the second time as the athletic director, and the second return was just 6 months ago. It fills me with all kinds of Laker pride to be standing here to welcome you to tonight's dinner. For me, having spent so much of my life at Silver Lake in those various roles, my own Laker pride is always very close to the surface. I wear it on my sleeve most of the time, and never more so than on occasion like tonight, when I'm sharing a room with so many people who feel the same way. For those of us who've been part of the school, we know what a special place it is. And for those of you who are here, what a thrill to be sharing this space with the people who helped to build the rich athletic tradition of our school. You know as well as I do that Laker pride is a real thing. And you are the people who help to explain why that is actually the case. Your fingerprints are all over it, and your hands help to build it. For me, returning to Silver Lake this year, after being gone for 20 years, actually a little more than 20 years, and although I didn't go very far geographically, I visited some other schools in the Patriot League during that time, I feel now like those years were spent just learning a few more things to bring back home to a place that is so special. While I was gone, a few things changed. There's a new building. There was, of course, the break with Pembroke. There's a new generation of teachers and coaches, but still very much so, the pulse of the school remains the same. The heartbeat continues to beat. Among the things that changed in a really positive way while I was gone was the establishment of the Hall of Fame. And what a place it is. As you know, for most of you who have been there to see it, it is so special, and not only because it really looks good, and it is physically a beautiful space right in the center of the school, but more importantly is what it stands for. And what it stands for is, of course, athletic achievement, and that's a big part of it, but it's not only that. What it truly stands for, what it symbolizes, are the things that tonight's inductees represent so well: dedication, perseverance, character, pursuit of excellence. And those are the same values that really are the core values of our school, and of our community. It's what's best about the Silver Lake towns, and the people who go there is what we believe in. So for those of you who are inducted tonight, and also to those of you in the room tonight who already have plaques that are hanging on the wall in our Hall of Fame, I want to thank you as somebody who works at Silver Lake and continues to work there for delivering the kind of, for being the kind of role models that our school needs. You have breathed life into those values in very real and powerful ways, and I'm grateful for that. Also for those who are the friends, the mentors, the coaches of the people who are honored, a thank you to all of you for helping to shape these people into the kind of role models they have become. You're the ones who provided the endless support and encouragement, drove them to their early practices, and helped them to become the men and women they are now. Also want to be sure to take the time to thank our Hall of Fame committee. Their work is so hugely important, and although I joined this committee myself a few months ago, truly, I can take no credit for the event here, being a new member, but for those who have been part of this work for a long time now, it's their vision, their sacrifice, their hard work that made all of this possible. It includes my two predecessors as athletic director at Silver Lake, Martha Jameson, and also before her, Phil Johnson, whose vision and hard work alongside all the other members of our Hall of Fame committee that have made this possible. Without them, the Hall of Fame would not exist, and we owe them a great debt of gratitude for tonight's event, so I want to thank them for that. And finally, before I turn it back over to Bill, I just want to say, as the current athletic director at Silver Lake, a special call to all of you who are part of the Silver Lake family, not only tonight's inductees, but really everyone in the room. May tonight's event signal for you a renewal of your sense of Laker pride and a deepening of your commitment to our school. Come on back to some games. Let me know that you're coming. I will save you a seat front and center, so you're there right in the front row as we continue to write the next chapter in the great story of Silver Lake Athletics. You've been a huge part of it to this point so far, and we want you there for the next chapters as well. So thank you all for being here tonight. I hope it's a great night. Have a great time, and keep your Laker pride strong. And I'll hand it back over to Bill.
So as the chairman of the Hall of Fame Committee, I would like to also take some time to especially thank the following members who are here in the room tonight for all the work and effort that they've put in to make this night and this day successful for all of you. If you would stand, please, when I call your name. These are the committee members for the Hall of Fame. Scott McKee, Arnie DiMatteo, John Mahoney, Jim Jordanidis, Martha Jameson, Peter McClellan, Larry Walsh, Linda Redding, and Casey Bouchard. And of course, our President Athletic Director, Rick Swanson. I would especially like to single out two extraordinary people for the work that they do in getting ready for today. And it's really the bulk of the work that gets done at the last minute. A special thanks I would like to thank Casey Bouchard, who is the athletic secretary, for putting these booklets together. Quite a task in getting it done as readily as possible. And also to Linda Redding, who was a past librarian at Silver Lake, who puts together all the videos and the voiceovers that you will hear as introduction today. I just like to give a round of applause. I'd also like to take a few minutes to explain the origins and the goals, as we have a very brief synopsis of the variables that we use in the selection process. Because Silver Lake is a school that was opened in 1955. And I was born before that date, so obviously it's a very young school and a school system. And In 2003, our district lost Pembroke as a member to form their own present-day system. For many of us on teams at that time, that was a very difficult split. There are a couple of people in this room today who are on teams that are going to be in the Hall of Inducted who were here at that time. Both districts have moved on forward, and great results actually from both districts today. As the athletic director at the time, I was very concerned that the shared history might be lost. So I introduced the committee, which was 5 of us that originally started, which is Coach Nick Arrieta, Coach John Montozzi, along with myself, Peter McClellan, and Steve Duggan. We began the Hall of Fame in 2005 with our first class in 2007. I believe that our objective has been obtained, and we have actually succeeded in keeping the accomplishments of all students at Silver Lake alive, at least in the athletic department thus far. We are keeping the accomplishments alive for over 80 athletes after tonight, teams and coaches, and all of the years of Silver Lake history. On our website and in our inductions are the records of programs of all of the years that we have, never to be lost. And the program that you have will become an official record for our school, and the accomplishments of those 10 individuals today will become a permanent record with all of those plaques as well. I hope you enjoyed seeing those plaques. They're a wonderful sight. I would ask all of the Hall of Fame members who are present here today to please stand up. If you are a past Hall of Fame member and present Hall of Fame members, please stand up. Be recognized. Thank you very much. I would also like to take a moment of silence, if you would, for those that have left us over the past 2 years. We have a list here that we think is as accurate as we can. Hall of Fame member Wes Glass, teacher, softball coach Bob Osgood, a teacher and football coach Bob Murphy, a teacher and girls basketball coach David Markham, teacher and baseball coach Don Serabel, and Hall of Fame player Eugene Buddy Stevens for football, baseball, and ice hockey, and Hall of Fame and instituting member of the Hall of Fame, Coach John Montozzi, teacher and football coach. A moment of silence, please. Thank you. The selections of the inductees today come from nominations sent in to our committee. The candidates' athletic information submitted as we requested, and the careful review of over 30 candidates for this class this year on our submitted list. Indeed, it is special to be inducted as only 8 or 9 individuals every 2 years from those lists. Congratulations to all those selected. We will begin. So the way this will work is we will put on a video introduction. At the end of the introduction, we will ask for the individual who is being inducted to come up. I will have a plaque for them. We will take a picture, and I will ask that they maybe say a word or two. Our first inductee, ready?
Am I ready? Not yet. I'm ready when you are.
Okay. Our first inductee is Audra Sell Kirker, class of 2000.
Audra graduated from Silver Lake in 2000 and played volleyball and basketball. She lettered in varsity girls volleyball for all 4 years of high school. During this time, she was selected 3 times to the Old Colony League All-Star team. Audra was a 2-time Brockton Enterprise All-Scholastic in 1998 and 1999. Also in 1999, she was selected to the Patriot Ledger All-Scholastic team. It was in basketball that Audra excelled and lettered all 4 years. Audra became a 1,000-point scorer in the 1999 to 2000 season and ended her basketball career at Silver Lake with a career total of 1,195 points scored. She secured the number 2 position all-time Silver Lake Regional High School girls basketball player in career points scored. Audra was a 3-time Old Colony League All-Star and selected 2 times to both the Brockton Enterprise All-Scholastic and Patriot Ledger All-Scholastic teams. Audra competed in varsity girls track in 1999 and 2000 and was selected as an Old Colony League All-Star for the javelin. She was a member of the 1997 varsity girls softball team. Audra was a member of the National Honor Society. She excelled in Spanish, journalism, and science with academic awards in each. Audra was a writer for the Kingston Pembroke Mariner newspapers, as well as the School Sports magazine and the Laker Legend newspaper. She worked sports camps in the off-season and was selected to the Governor's Board of Education Student Advisory Council for school athletics. Audra was also a member of the Key Club at Silver Lake. After Silver Lake, Audra attended Brandeis University in Waltham and traveled with the basketball team around the country as a Division III player. She redshirted her freshman year, but played in both her sophomore and junior years as a starter. Audra topped the team in three-point percentage, free throw percentage, rebounding, and blocks. She still holds the record at Brandeis for three-point percentage and free throw percentage. Audra was on the Dean's List and graduated with honors. Presently, Audra is the Marketing, Communications, and Membership Director at Oak Hill Country Club in Fitchburg, Massachusetts, and is a mom to an 8-year-old son. Please welcome Audra to the Silver Lake Hall of Fame.
Should have got you another chair. Yeah, next one's ready. Yeah.
Well, thank you all so much for coming tonight and joining us. I'm obviously incredibly humbled and honored to stand before you tonight as a member of the Silver Lake Athletics Hall of Fame at this point. To be recognized for something I loved so much so long ago is truly an unforgettable moment in my life. First of all, I just want to thank everyone who made tonight possible, from my coaches, to my teammates, my family, and of course to the committee for this incredible honor, and for reminding me that clearly I peaked in high school. So, looking back, it feels like just yesterday I was putting on that jersey for the first time, stepping onto the court with my teammates, full of energy, hope, and determination. I never imagined that one day I would be standing here before you as part of such an incredible group of athletes and coaches. When I first told my son Shane that I was being inducted into the Hall of Fame, he thought I meant with the likes of Michael Jordan and Shaquille O'Neal. He was thrilled, and like any good parent who never wants to disappoint their child, I said, "Yes, Shane, that's exactly what I mean." Unfortunately, those guys just couldn't be here tonight with us. But in all seriousness, receiving the news that I had been selected for the class of 2024 brought back a flood of memories. Nearly 25 years after I played my final game with Silver Lake, the memories that flooded back were not merely of times on the court, but they are of rides on the bus, locker rooms, team dinners, and summer camps. Times of the people who helped shape my life, not just my basketball career. But enough about me, as me standing here today didn't get here on my own. So first and foremost, thank you so much to my parents, whose never-ending support was the key to my success. Every game, every practice, the heart attacks stressing over those last-second shots, the excitement, triumphs, and disappointments, the smiles and tears. You were always there, even when my attitude may have gotten the best of me. And of course, I have to thank you, because without you, I never would have made it through basketball or life, or honestly, home from the gym. Because back in those days, it was a collect call, where you had to call and then say, "Hey, will you accept a call from, pick me up, I'm ready," and then hang up the phone, right? So, also to my teammates, the honor isn't just mine, it belongs to all of us. We pushed each other, picked each other up, and somehow survived those brutal practices together. We celebrated the wins, suffered the losses, and made memories that will last longer than our knees ever will. We always had each other's backs, and at the end of the day, we were a family. One that I wouldn't trade for anything, except maybe a few more inches on that vertical back then. Off the court, we were best friends, and those are the memories that come before any of the minutes played on the hardwood. I have to give a special shout out to fellow Hall of Fame inductee Marcia Strickland, because I had the privilege and the pressure of playing alongside her for my first 2 years. It was like being in a master class of basketball every day, and I learned a ton just by watching. Those 2 seasons taught me a very important lesson. If you're playing next to a superstar, just never mess up her highlight reel. I had many coaches over the years, but none more instrumental in my career or my developing years than Coach Dick Steele. Man, was he tough on me, on all of us. But looking back, I know that all his tough love surely made me a better player. At the time, I could have sworn he was trying to kill us in some of those preseason practices and thinking I'm just here to play basketball, not to take on boot camp. But honestly, I know it was his way of making sure I never got comfortable. Because if there's one thing Coach Steele taught me, is that there's always room for improvement, even if it meant running sprints until I was sure I could qualify for a marathon. I just want to take also a moment to thank all those referees, but not really. We all know that's not really going to happen. But in all seriousness, even the bad calls, the tough losses, and the questionable whistles were all part of what made this journey unforgettable. And to that one ref who called me for traveling nearly every single time, I just want him to know that I forgive you, even though we both know it wasn't a travel. I hope wherever you are tonight, you're finally learning the difference between elite footwork and what an actual travel was. So finally, as I stand here tonight, I can't help but think about how basketball taught me more than just how to dribble or shoot. It taught me about teamwork, perseverance, discipline, and the importance of staying true to myself. Those lessons continue to guide me to this day. Perhaps most importantly, they taught me that sometimes, no matter how hard you try, you're still going to miss the shot, but that's just okay. To the next generation of players, work hard, play with passion, stay true to your beliefs, be a teammate first, and always remember, free throws do win games, even if they're so boring to practice. So thank you all again so much for this honor, and congratulations to my fellow class of inductees. Now let's celebrate, and this time, no sprints.
Thank you, Audrey. Our next inductee stated in questions that we asked them to send in. From a young age, sports and athletics has been a cornerstone of my life. And I was always looking for something new and challenging to participate in. I was immediately drawn to the welcoming community and the intensity of the sport. Once in high school, my love for the sport grew and my skill level grew as well. Alex Rollins.
Alex is a 2006 graduate of Silver Lake. He was a 3-year letter winner on the varsity wrestling team and also played varsity football. He excelled in the 171-pound weight class and was undefeated with 24 wins in the 2005-2006 regular season. Alex was a 2-time wrestling captain and was voted 2004-2005 Most Outstanding Wrestler and the 2005-2006 Most Valuable Silver Lake Team Wrestler. Alex was selected twice as a Patriot League All-Star and selected twice to both the Brockton Enterprise All-Scholastic and Patriot Ledger All-Scholastic wrestling teams. In the 2006 season, he started the year as the North Quincy Tournament champion and again qualified for the Massachusetts Interscholastic Athletic Association Sectionals as the 2006 Division II South Sectional champion, and finished in the top 3 in the 2006 Division II Massachusetts Interscholastic Athletic Association All-States. His overall career record for Silver Lake Wrestling was 80 wins and 19 losses. Alex played football as a senior and was awarded the 2005 Most Valuable Defensive Back and was selected to the 2005 Patriot League All-Star Defensive Team. His ability to excel in both wrestling and football is impressive, and finishing in the top 3 of all-state wrestling while also starting in another sport has only been accomplished by 2 Silver Lake athletes. Both are now in the Hall of Fame. Alex notes, "My time at Silver Lake taught me invaluable lessons about dedication, perseverance, and teamwork. Wrestling requires a strong work ethic and the ability to balance individual goals with the success of the team, qualities that have shaped who I am today. These experiences have carried over into my professional life as an electrician and my personal life as a coach and mentor. Returning to Silver Lake as a coach has been a privilege, allowing me to give back to the program that gave me so much. Seeing the wrestling team grow from a small group to 60 strong has been incredibly rewarding. I remain deeply connected to Silver Lake Athletics as a proud alumni." After graduation, Alex attended the University of Massachusetts, Dartmouth, and earned a degree in operations management. He took up the sport of rugby at UMass and is a master electrician who likes to paint, hike, and travel with his wife. Alex is presently coaching the Silver Lake varsity wrestling team and remains deeply connected to Silver Lake. Please welcome Alex to the Silver Lake Hall of Fame.
Hello. Don't have a full prepared speech, but I just want to give some general thank yous. Again, a great honor being amongst some of these great athletes and being recognized. Wanted to give a big thank you to my mom first for driving me to practice before I could drive and all the matches. Number one supporter. Thank you to all my coaches. It's nice to have the sport of wrestling recognized. I feel it's kind of an underdog sport, compared to, especially in the winter, you have basketball, hockey, a lot of the bigger sports. A lot of people think that, wrestling, is just sweaty guys rolling around. But in reality, it is sweaty guys rolling around, but in spandex. Makes it a little better. Once again, thank you very much. Great honor. Okay, cool. Thank you. We'll have to put that on our brochure for wrestling. Definition of wrestling. This next inductee. My time at Silver Lake, especially as a basketball team member, instilled in me the values of teamwork and discipline. These experiences shaped me into a responsible individual who understands the importance of representing my community positively. Although I moved away many years ago, I tried to pay it forward concerning the values instilled in me at Silver Lake by coaching youth basketball, volunteering at local nonprofits and charities, and serving those in need as often as I could. Sean Redgate, class of 1977.
Sean Redgate played varsity basketball for 3 seasons, from 1974 through 1977, under the direction of Hall of Fame coach Dick Arrieta. In the 1975-76 season, he was the only junior to start, and as a guard averaged 9.5 points per game. The 1976 team qualified for the Massachusetts Interscholastic Athletic Association state tournament, which needed a 70% win qualification at the time, and lost to powerhouse Catholic Memorial in the first round. the boys' basketball team was beginning a run at qualifying for the state tournament that would still be active into the 1990s. 1976-77 season, the progress and success of the team was evident in becoming the 1977 Old Colony League champions for the first time since 1961. During this season, Sean was selected by the league as the 1976-77 Old Colony First Team All-Star. His selections also included the 1976-77 First Team Brockton Enterprise All-Scholastic and the 1976-77 First Team Patriot Ledger All-Scholastic. Sean finished the 1977 season with a 17.5 point per game average, as well as an average of 4 rebounds per game and 3.5 assists per game. Again in 1977, Sean was selected as team co-captain and the Silver Lake varsity team most valuable player. In 1977, the team qualified again and played in the Massachusetts Interscholastic Athletic Association state tournament and lost to Boston English in the first round. A Boston Globe news article from January 1977 summed Sean's contributions. Taking over as the team's star is old stuff to Redgate. He recently handed Rockland its only loss when he hit a buzzer-beating field goal. He also took charge in a double overtime victory over Plymouth Carver 2 weeks ago, scoring 5 of his team's last 6 points and scoring 20 for the game, keeping Silver Lake at 11-1 overall. Answering the question, why did you choose to participate in sports at Silver Lake, Sean stated, I chose to play basketball at Silver Lake for a few reasons. Primarily, I had a deep love for the sport. It was something I'd been passionate about since I was a kid. I still remember those cold winter days shooting on a makeshift hoop at my home in Halifax. To this day, I love the technical execution behind the game, the aura of a gym during summer league, and even the sounds of sneakers scuffing the floor. Secondly, Silver Lake basketball and Coach Arrieta were known for their focus on the fundamentals. While at Silver Lake, the coaching staff and the overall team environment nurtured my passion and helped me grow as a player and student of the game. Sean was recruited to play basketball at Colby College in Maine, but seriously injured his knee and required surgery. After sitting out a year, Sean attended and played basketball at Stevens Bible College in Western Massachusetts. During 2 successful years, Mr. Redgate was the leading scorer in the Northern Atlantic Conference and named to the first team twice. Injury forced him to retire from the team, and he went on to finish his undergraduate and graduate degrees at Liberty University in Virginia. He works in non-traditional and online education in K-12 and post-secondary markets. He resides in Virginia with his wife Melody of 45 years. The Redgates have 4 children and 10 grandchildren. They enjoy coaching from the stands as they watch their grandchildren play the sport he loves. Please welcome Sean to the Silver Lake Hall of Fame.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. I'd like to thank Bill and Ollie and the Hall of Fame Committee for selecting and inducting me into the Silver Lake Regional High School Athletic Hall of Fame class of 2024. I'm in my 4th quarter. All right? Class of 1977, you can do the math. So I'm in my 4th quarter. And this recognition carries a very, very special meaning to me and my family. I'd like to recognize my family who's here. My wife, you heard, my bride of 45 years. Our 4 children flew up today to be with us. And I'd also like to give a shout out, they'll be watching this on video, to their spouses and our 10 grandchildren. I want to let our 10 grandchildren know how proud I am of them. And I can tell you this, 9 of the 10 playing basketball. I'd like to recognize my coaches, Coach Cucinato, for his support and energy. It just makes me tired sometimes thinking about the ball of energy that Coach Cucinato exhibited day in and day out. And of course, Coach Arrieta, for his steadfast guidance and for his belief and confidence in me. To my teammates, Ollie, Tommy, Jim, Kevin Elwell, the Bedot brothers, Sean Deegan, and the rest. What we accomplished together. And that's what made the '77 Lakers men's varsity basketball team so special. It was a miracle season. The odds were stacked against us. Surgery. I had knee surgery going into my senior year. It was before they had arthroscopic. So they sliced me open, put me in a soft cast the summer before my senior year. Jim, Darren Knights had ankle surgery. Don Bedot had ankle surgery. We had a lack of varsity experience. We were an extremely competitive Old Colony league, extremely competitive. But we exceeded expectations. You know, there were many highlights to that season. Beating Plymouth Carver in double overtime. They didn't like us, and we didn't like them. Then also, you heard about it briefly on the video, that last second quote-unquote shot against Rockland. We were vying for first place in the Old Colony League. When, at that point, down by 1, Tommy Bouchard grabbed the rebound off a missed foul shot, dribbled past half court with time expiring, and saw me in the right corner. Passed me the ball, shot went up, rattled around, went down. We won the game. Yeah. 65 years old, and I still remember like yesterday. But I want to share one story that hasn't been told. So I hit the shot, and Mr. Deegan, Bob Deegan, Mr. Bouchard, and my dad are standing up the top row of the bleachers on the far side. I hit the shot. My dad, I've never seen him run so fast in his life. He ran out onto the court. I saw him. I ran to him. I jumped up and hugged him. And I caught him with my elbow and I broke his nose. No joke. And as a result, I had blood coming down off and onto my very nice white Lakers number 24 uniform. To such an extent that, you know, teammates we were jumping on each other, cheerleaders, fans, that I had police come pulling people off me because they thought I was injured. But you know, all these highlights, it's the fact that we overcame adversity and we did it together. And that's what makes these memories so sweet. One other piece of information that I'd like to share. Last night, Tommy and I, along with our wives, went to the men's varsity basketball game against Marshfield. And we were watching the game, had a great first half. Marshfield took it to us in the second half. But Tommy said, "Do you see that guy on the sideline coaching Marshfield?" I said, "Yeah." "Who is it?" "It's Coach Fisher, who's been coaching for, Lord, how many years. And he was the coach who coached at Rockland during this time." Now, went up afterwards, introduced us, he remembered us, called us hard-nosed. He loves Tommy. I wanted to ask him, why didn't you put anybody on me down in that right corner? But I was going to be kind and nice. Let me close by sharing a little bit of advice. I thought the world of Coach Arrieta. The greatest compliment he gave me was when he called me a student of the game. For some reason, he believed in me. But you know, we all experience life gets busy, right? Family, career, college, and sometimes you lose touch with the people who mean something to you. And that happened to me here with Coach. And I look so fondly back at those memories. So my advice is if there's someone who invested in your life, and in this setting, let's say an athletic setting, coach, former teammate, a trainer, or in life, a business partner, a mentor, a teacher, say it now. Don't wait. Don't wait until you have to talk at their funeral or talk to a widow or whatever. Do it now. Say what it means. And that's my advice. I want to, again, congratulate all of the inductees who are in with me. This is a special honor and a very special privilege. Thank you.
Poster.
Thank you, Sean. Our next inductee. I played 4 years on the varsity hockey team and 3 years on the varsity baseball team. So he already knows who he is. I would like to be remembered as a loyal teammate and person that led by example, who believes team goals and achievements are always more important than individual success. I would like my teammates and coaches to know that I appreciate them. Freddie Abraham.
Fred was a 4-year letter winner as the starting goaltender for Silver Lake varsity hockey from 1983 through 1987. In his leadership role, Freddie was captain in both 1986 and 1987 and was selected as the Old Colony League Most Valuable Player and an Old Colony League All-Star Team goalie in both 1986 and 1987. Mr. Abraham was selected to every available All-Scholastic team in both the 1986 and 1987 seasons. A 2-time Brockton Enterprise All-Scholastic, a 2-time Patriot Ledger All-Scholastic, a 2-time Boston Herald All-Scholastic, and a 2-time Boston Globe All-Scholastic team goalie selection. The team's tournament participation and Fred's goaltending skills contributed to 3 great seasons and tournament success. Fred's season statistics were 1 1/3 goals against average and stopping 531 of 568 shots for a 94% save rate. During the 1986-87 season, the team record was 15-5-1, and Silver Lake made another trip to the sectional semifinals at the Boston Garden. In 1987, Fred was individually selected as Hockey Night in Boston's Division I Goaltender of the Year. Fred reflects on his Silver Lake sports experience by noting, "I played 4 years on the varsity hockey team and 3 years on the varsity baseball team. I would like my teammates and coaches to know I appreciate them. They all had an impact on my time at Silver Lake." After Silver Lake, Fred attended Rochester Institute of Technology and continued his outstanding career as a 4-year starting goaltender, earning Rookie of the Year awards, and was instrumental in his team's success in the NCAA Division III National Championship game in 1989. Fred has worked in the security and fire life safety industry for the past 25 years. He lives in Plymouth with his wife Christine and 2 daughters, Kayla and Olivia. Please welcome Fred Abraham to the Silver Lake Hall of Fame.
Holy moly, what a goalie!
Thank you, everyone. How did I know that was coming? Holy moly, what a goalie. I love my teammates. They keep me grounded. Already tonight, they told me I'm too short. I didn't save enough pucks. And if I did, we would have went to the national championship. We would have beat Catholic Memorial. So maybe I should put this speech away and just leave right now.
2 more saves, Freddie.
I'd like to start by thanking the committee for the hard work during the selection process and for organizing such a wonderful event tonight. I am honored to be a part of this year's Hall of Fame class. To my amazing teammates, I share this accomplishment with all of you. Hockey is a team game, and it took the efforts of all of us to get here. Each one of you brought special skills and a unique perspective to the game. As a group, we focus on helping each other thrive through competition, accountability, and a strong commitment to excellence. We were not only teammates, we were also good friends. And that strengthened our loyalty and trust in each other both off and on the ice. I believe this contributed significantly to our success as a team. Thank you for your dedication, your willingness to support each other, and for making this journey both successful and enjoyable. I'm proud of what we've accomplished. Coach Mills, right, Coach? Yeah. You are simply the best coach I've ever played for. Your ability to motivate and inspire our team was instrumental to our success. Your passion for the game of hockey was contagious, and it motivated all of us to strive for excellence. The impact you had on the hockey program and all your teams was immeasurable. Not only did you make us better players, more importantly, you instilled valuable life lessons that extend far beyond the hockey rink. Thank you for everything you did for us. Coach Donovan, you were a great teacher of the game and a calming influence for our team, which was something we needed to balance off the intensity of Coach Mills. Very intense. Thank you for your commitment, dedication. Your contributions were invaluable to our success. To my family, I appreciate that you don't seem to mind when I reminisce about the good old days playing hockey for Silver Lake. I haven't noticed any eye rolls or dad stopped living in the past yet, but they probably say that when I'm home. Thank you for understanding that this was a special time in my life and letting me reflect on those past experiences. Thank you, everyone.
As the head varsity hockey coach, I had an opportunity to create, from the beginning, a program. 110 boys tried out on that first year. I had boys try out in figure skates, shin pads over the jeans, some wore jackets. 3 of them are sitting over here. I had boys, for many, the only hockey they had played was on the Cranberry Bogs, but everyone was full of enthusiasm and wanted to be the next Bobby Orr or play for their high school team. This was an opportunity for me to start something brand new and incorporate my goals of courage, passion, determination, and commitment to Silver Lake hockey. Coach Larry Walsh.
Mr. Walsh came to Silver Lake in 1971 as a teacher of English and Communication through 1981. 1971 through 1981, teacher of 12th grade Communications and English. Wrote and was awarded a federal grant to build a television studio and buy equipment. In addition to teaching English, Mr. Walsh also taught courses in radio, TV, film production, and film history. Mr. Walsh grew up in Brockton, where he was the goalie from 1965 through 1967, and was a South Shore All-Star in 1967. Mr. Walsh was awarded a scholarship to play hockey for the University of Massachusetts Amherst, where he graduated in 1971. The first year in 1971, the Silver Lake team had ice time 2 days a week at a rink in Brockton from 6 to 7 a.m. 110 boys tried out. That first year, the Lakers opened the Old Colony League season with a 3-1 loss to Abington. Coach Walsh recorded his first win on January 10, 1972, beating Rockland 4-2. The team finished the season with 2 wins, 11 losses, and 1 tie. In 1972, Hobbamock Arena opened, and the team had 2 hours of ice time daily. Since there was no junior varsity team, Coach Walsh would bring at least 35 players to practice. It was a little more difficult, but it was essential to the development of the program. Coach Walsh saw an improved team go 6-9-1 that season. The sign of things to come arrived with the 1975-76 team. Prior to the season, the Lakers won the Taunton Silver City Tournament and finished the season. Coach Walsh and many Silver Lake hockey fans believe that the turning point for the Silver Lake hockey program was the 1976-77 season. The Lakers started the season as a finalist in the Silver City Tournament and winning the Hobbamock Cranberry Tournament over the Christmas vacation, and they were finalists for the next 2 years. The Lakers finished in 3rd place in the OCL behind Hingham and Marshfield. It was a good showing in a tough league and was good enough to qualify for the state high school hockey tournament for the very first time in our brief 6-year history. Like every other high school hockey team, qualifying for the state's tournament was one of our goals. No one expected the team to go very far in the tournament. According to some, it would be one and done. For the preliminary round, the Lakers drew Falmouth High School, who made the tournament year after year. Many people thought that Falmouth would move easily through the first 2 rounds right to the quarterfinals. We traveled down to Cape Cod Coliseum to play Falmouth. Final score, Silver Lake 7 and Falmouth 3. The Lakers moved on to the second round at Ridge Arena to play Holliston, beating them 10-1. That win meant a trip to the quarterfinals at the Boston Garden. Coach Walsh's club played a very tough Acton-Boxborough team. We won the game 7-6 in double overtime. 3 days later, in overtime, Silver Lake defeated Canton in the semifinals 6-5, after being down 5-0 early in the game. But the message Coach Walsh delivered to the team was to take it a shift at a time, 1 goal at a time. The Lakers battled back to tie the game at 5 and won it in overtime when they scored a short-handed goal. Many longtime hockey people and newspapers across the state said it was one of the greatest come-from-behind wins in high school hockey history. The bubble burst a few days later as Silver Lake lost to Billerica in the finals of the Division II state tournament. Not even that loss will ever diminish or tarnish a great season, and the run Silver Lake had in the States. In Coach Walsh's opinion, it was the 1976-77 season that put Silver Lake hockey on the hockey map. Silver Lake wasn't expected to make the tournament. Coach Walsh was selected by the Boston Globe as the Division II Coach of the Year. The hockey program was honored in 2014 by the Silver Lake Hall of Fame Committee by inducting the 1976-77 team into the Silver Lake Hall of Fame. Silver Lake continued to make its mark after the 1976-77 season. The Lakers moved into Division I the following year, 1977-78. Overall, that season we won 16 games, lost 4, and tied twice. 1978-79 was another successful OCL season under Coach Walsh, finishing with an overall record of 15-5-1. The 1979-80 year finished with a strong 14-6-0 record. In 1980-81, Coach Walsh's team once again won 16 games with 2 losses and 1 tie, and won the OCL title. Coach Walsh won his 100th game on December 23, 1980, and finished his 10-year coaching career with 113 wins with a victory over Rockland on February 14, 1981, by a score of 5-2. Coach Walsh finished his career with 113 wins, 60 losses, and 12 ties. Other team accomplishments included qualifying for either the Division I or Division II state tournaments from the 1976-77 through 1980-81 seasons, when schools needed to have a winning percentage of 70%. During the summers, Coach Walsh was the director of the Hobbamock Hockey School, and during the school year ran goalie clinics. As a certified American Hockey Association referee, he refereed youth hockey games for 9 years, giving Coach Walsh an opportunity to know and cultivate a relationship with the players that someday would be trying out for the high school hockey team. Coach Walsh even had an opportunity to referee a Boston Bruins old-timers game. On March 27, 2022, former Laker captain and president of the Silver Lake Hockey Alumni Association created and presented Coach Walsh with the first Larry Walsh Founders Award, to be given to future generations of players who best demonstrate the attributes of courage, passion, determination, and commitment to Silver Lake hockey. Coach Walsh and his wife Noelle reside in Carver, Massachusetts, and have 3 children and 4 grandchildren. Through his commitment and success as the program founder and coach of the Silver Lake hockey team, please welcome Coach Larry Walsh as a member of the class of 2024 Silver Lake Hall of Fame.
Good evening, everyone. As my bio talked about my history and being the founder of the program, it was a great honor to be selected to join this year's class for the Hall of Fame. Back in 1971, I was very thankful to Mary Cherry, who was the head of the English department, for hiring me, and for the late Tony Sirico to have the faith that I could start a hockey program and do something that hadn't been done before. For many of you, I think if you're old enough, maybe older than me, that you will remember that the Boston Bruins back in the 60s were the doormat in the league until a young guy, 18 years old, with number 4, Bobby Orr, joined the Boston Bruins. They went on to win Stanley Cups in 1970, 1972, and hockey in this area exploded. George Gould built the Hobbamock Arena. We got a couple of hours of ice that second year, and we were able to put together a good program. The commitment, the passion, the dedication, and the passion that the people have that played the game is evident today. And I see it in the various coaches that have come after me, and I'm very proud of what they have done. One of my objectives, as I think back to 1971, was I wanted to leave something with the school. And the school left something with me. They made me an honorary Laker coming out of Brockton High School. And I feel that today. And I've heard Rick was talking about pride. I've seen that for years. Paul Mayer, who's sitting here, he used to sign, or still does, all of his texts and emails, Laker Pride. Drew Fitzgerald, who is the president of the hockey alumni, has on the pucks that he prepares for each of the players, pride on it. Laker pride is a real thing. It's a great thing. So I'd like to thank Bill, Jim, Scott, all of the members of the committee for this honor and allowing me to become part of the Hall of Fame. But aside from what you saw on the video with 110 kids coming out for that team, I had 3 buses. We went to Brockton. 6 o'clock in the morning, we were on the ice. My wife told me I can't use the expression like trying to keep puppies in a box, because that's what it was like. They were all over the place. And as you heard, it was no joke. figure skates, pads over their jeans, sweatshirts, regular winter gloves, and all I could do was kind of sit back and watch and see who could skate. Wasn't difficult to pick out those that could. But anyway, I was proud. They worked hard. The second year, we had 150 kids try out. So that's the passion, the commitment, the dedication, the courage, those 4 attributes that Silver Lake brings to its athletes. I'd also like to mention, apart from the history of the program, that passion, that pride has manifested itself in a number of athletes, not just hockey players. But with so many hockey players here tonight, I'd like to mention, and it started with Buddy Stevens. Buddy, who went on to Dartmouth, played hockey, football coach, played 3 years for me, the first 3 years of my program. He was a captain for 2 of them. And he brought a lot of innovation to football, including new ways to keep players' safety. But that was pride that he had that pushed him in both hockey and in football. Mike Baird, sitting over here, was one of the first presidents of the alumni, the Silver Lake Hockey alumni, enough that we could give a small scholarship. He was succeeded by Drew Fitzgerald for the last 20 years, and Drew, with Mike and Paul Mayer, go on to raise money for buses, coach buses, when teams go on to the tournaments, to provide meals, to provide pucks, and to provide ties so that we look good when we travel. I'd also like to point out that under the leadership of Drew, he has raised $100,000 that he has given to hockey players for scholarships to go on to college. I'd also like to point out that I was fortunate enough to have Kevin Stevens play for me for a couple of years. And Kevin is the all-time leading scorer for Silver Lake, I believe 175 points. Kevin went on to be a Hall of Fame member for us, Boston College, played in the Olympics, and played most of his career with the Pittsburgh Penguins. He was recently inducted into the United States Hockey Hall of Fame. But his career, even though he scored 726 points, won 2 Stanley Cups, was really the first power forward. You think of Cam Neely, for those of you that remember seeing him play. But Kevin got seriously injured in a game that was actually being televised in this area. The first part of his body to hit the ice was his face, doing terrible damage. He had numerous operations and unfortunately became addicted to painkillers and other drugs and opiates. When he cleared that hurdle after a number of years and help from Mario Lemieux and a variety of other players and people, he and his sister, Kelly Wilson, formed a nonprofit called Power Forward. If you look in that booklet, you will see one of the ads is from Power Forward. Kevin runs this nonprofit to help drug addicts when they go through the process, they come out of it and they need help. They need 6 months housing, they need a guide. He's there to help them. And it's one of the greatest things, and that's the pride that Silver Lake has. And Kevin Stevens and his sister Kelly Wilson run a variety of different fundraisers that you're more than welcome to attend. If you know someone that has a drug problem, please look on that. The website is listed and Kevin is here, and I know he would be glad to lend a hand. So let me finish by saying I'm honored, I'm thrilled to be here, and I wish all of the coaches that have taken over for me continued success, and I hope all of the athletes that are here tonight that have been inducted can truly appreciate what an honor we all share. Thank you very much.
Yep, I'm ready for you.
Soccer taught me how to be a team player, while track taught me more self-discipline. It was really all on you and how hard you trained. Being captain taught me leadership and how to lead by example. Hannah Rapoli Rotha, class of 2005.
Hannah is a 4-year letter winner in both indoor and outdoor varsity track from 2001 through 2005 and was selected captain in 2005. As a member of Silver Lake Track, Hannah was outstanding and recognized across the state. She was selected to the Winter and Spring Old Colony League Track All-Star teams in all 4 years, an 8-time selection. Between her 4 seasons at Silver Lake, she was selected to 6 Brockton Enterprise All-Scholastic Winter and Spring track teams and 4 Patriot Ledger All-Scholastic Winter and Spring teams. Hannah was also selected to both the Boston Globe All-Scholastic Winter track team for the 800 meter and the Boston Herald All-Scholastic Winter track team for the 800 meter. In state performances, she is a 4-time All-New England Track Championship qualifier. During the 2002-03 season, she ran the 800 meter and finished 2nd in the Division I sectional, 3rd in all states, and 3rd in all New England states. During the 2003-04 season, Hannah ran the 800 meter and finished 2nd in the Division I sectional and 2nd in all states. In outdoor track, she finished as the Old Colony League 800 meter champion in 2005. At state-level meets in 2005, she ran the Class A state coaches meet, winning 3rd place in the 800 meter. In the same meet, she was part of the 4x400 relay team, which finished 9th in the state Class A meet. Hannah holds the Silver Lake school record in the 1,000 meter run, the 600 meter indoor run, the 1 mile outdoor run, and the 800 meter outdoor run. Hannah also earned 3 varsity letters for girls soccer in 2002, 2003, and 2004. She was team captain in 2004, a 2-time Old Colony League All-Star in 2003 and 2004, as well as the leading varsity scorer in both 2003 and 2004. In state soccer, she was selected to the 2003 Eastern Massachusetts Coaches All-Star Top 5 Players. After Silver Lake, Hannah entered Emmanuel College and played a year of soccer, then transferred to the University of Rhode Island for a nursing degree. Hannah has worked for 14 years as a nurse and is now a nurse practitioner. Hannah lives in Norwell with her husband Sam and their 2 children. She continues to find joy in running. When asked, how would you describe her remembrance of her time at Silver Lake? Hannah responded, I loved being a part of the teams at Silver Lake. These are some of my most cherished memories from high school. That feeling with varsity games under the lights at home or the All-State and New England meets is undescribable. The wins and the losses all teach you valuable lessons. Please welcome Hannah to the Silver Lake Hall of Fame.
Well, I want to start by saying thank you to the Hall of Fame committee, Bill, and everyone for putting this together and for this great honor. I want to start by thanking my mom. I'm not sure how you did it being a single mom and never missing a game or a meet and being my biggest cheerleader. So thank you. And I want to thank my dad who gave me my athletic genes. Sorry, Mom. I'd like to thank my amazing coaches and teammates I've had throughout the years. I never forget that feeling on the Friday night under the lights or coming down the track towards the finish line on the last stretch and giving it everything you had. Being part of Silver Lake sports teams are some of my most cherished Silver Lake high school memories. I want to say a special thank you to Coach Darsh, I wish you were here tonight, and Coach Ashby for seeing something special in me since my freshman year. When we'd get down to New England, it was always just me and Coach Darsh, and he'd be racing me down the finish line. My legs would be jello. He'd always have his Red Sox on, yelling, "You gonna let an old man beat you? Come on." The dedication, time, and heart this man had was unmatched. I think sports are so important for kids, and I'm so glad that Silver Lake cultivates such a passion for high school sports. I've learned so much in sports that's molded me into who I am today. Self-confidence, discipline, teamwork, commitment, drive, leadership, and humility. Silver Lake is truly a special place. I'm still best friends with a lot of my high school friends, and I married my high school sweetheart over there. I think it's unlike a lot of high schools. All of us still sort of stick together. I want to thank my friends and family for all the support and for being here today. Over there, thanks everybody. And it's cool, my nephew Cameron is a junior at Silver Lake now, and he sends me pictures like, "Auntie, you're on the wall, these records. Would you peak in sophomore year?" So that's pretty cool, I'm pretty proud of that. So thank you everyone for this honor, I'm so grateful. And thank you, and congratulations to all the other inductee members.
I participated in track and football at Silver Lake. I would describe my time as a part of the stepping stone that made me who I am today. The friends I made, the coaches who have embedded real life advice that I can still pull from, and the winning tradition that I'm grateful to have been part of. I have carried some of these things with me that will definitely have helped me through my life. Jeff Smith, class of 2006.
Jeff Smith graduated from Silver Lake in 2006. He played football and was on the track team. As a member of the Silver Lake varsity track team from 2004 through 2006, his highlights include 200-meter dash, first place, Auerbach, freshman-sophomore meet, 2004. Mass State Track Association Boys Invitational Meet, Outstanding Field Event Performance 2005. Patriot League Distinguished Player of the Year 2005. Samuel O. Gurney Award, Outstanding Senior Athlete 2006. Boston Globe All-Scholastic 2006. Boston Globe Runner of the Year Spring 2006. 200-meter dash, first place, Massachusetts Interscholastic Athletic Association, Mass State Coaches Association, state winner 2006. New England Secondary Schools Principals Outdoor Track 200 meters champion 2006. National Scholastic Sports Foundation, second place 200 meters at the 2006 Nationals. Two-time Patriot League All-Star 2005 and 2006. Two-time Patriot Ledger All-Scholastic 2005 and 2006. Two-time Most Valuable Player Silver Lake Outdoor Track 2005 and 2006. Jeff played varsity football from 2003 through 2005. His football achievements include Massachusetts High School Football Coaches All-State Football Team 2005. Boston Globe All-Scholastic Award Football 2005. Sports Illustrated High School All-American Football Team 2005. Two-time Patriot Ledger All-Scholastic 2004 and 2005. Jeff received a college scholarship to Boston College and was a member of the Division I Boston College football team. During his first year in 2006, he also competed in some prestigious national track events, which led to his selection of Rivals National Freshman of the Week, September 9th, 2006, and finishing with Rivals National Freshman All-American First Team, December 2006. Jeff also left Boston College as the record holder in the 100-meter dash. Please welcome Jeff to the Silver Lake Hall of Fame.
I should just say ditto to everybody that I spoke. No, but I appreciate this. I'm just feeling really grateful today. I'm grateful to be part of this and everybody else that got a chance to be up here. Special thanks to you guys, Mom and Dad. I'm blessed to have good people around me. My parents. I went to BC. We played all over the country. My parents played every game. That's like, I don't know. So I really appreciate it. It means a lot. And I'm also blessed to have great friends. Thanks for coming. And Coach B, Coach Batista, my high school football coach. Appreciate everything. You taught me too that family runs deep in the blood. So I really appreciate that. Coach Pina, thank you as well. I appreciate it, man. So I don't know. I just feel really grateful tonight. At a loss for words, but Laney, I'll be right back over there. I love you. And thank you, Laney, for keeping me in shape and treating. Thank you for being a trooper. I love you so much. All right, I appreciate it.
From his coach. I can go on and on for days with endless stories about why he's a deserving Hall of Fame member. His unbelievable stats and accolades do the talking for his on-field work, but his dedication to and love for the game and for Silver Lake baseball is legendary, and most indeed makes him a Hall of Famer. Zach Smith.
Zach Smith, graduate of the class of 2010, was a varsity baseball player all 4 years he attended Silver Lake. During these 4 years, he had incredible success for not only his individual performances, but in contributing to his team's ultimate success. Zach was a 3-time Patriot Ledger All-Scholastic in 2008, 2009, and 2010, as well as a 3-time Patriot League All-Star in 2008, 2009, and 2010. Zach was a 2-time team captain in 2009 and 2010, 2-time Patriot League Most Valuable Player 2009 and 2010, a 4-year varsity baseball letter winner, and earned a 2009 varsity indoor track letter. His overall career highlights include 131 of 282 career strikeouts, a complete game where no hitter was thrown during his last career game at Silver Lake. The game was against Whitman Hanson, where he struck out the first 9 batters on 27 pitches. After high school, Zach received a full baseball scholarship to Gordon College in Georgia. He finished 3rd nationally in the Junior College World Series in 2012. After transferring to Southern Polytech in Marietta, Georgia, Zach helped lead the team to a College World Series bid in the last year of the year before it closed. His high school coach says of Zach, "When I think of what a Hall of Famer is, nobody exudes the definition and traits more so than Zach Smith. Zach is by far the best player I coached in my tenure at Silver Lake, and that is saying something since I coached some outstanding and great players at Silver Lake. If I had to choose one player to be on the mound with the game on the line, I would without hesitation pick Zach hands down. His combination of desire, talent, and sheer determination that he would not be beaten drove him to be the best. To me, Zach is what you would call a legacy player. He left a lasting legacy that helped raise the bar for what it meant to be a Silver Lake baseball player. Presently, he is the senior project manager for the No. 2 commercial painting companies based in Roswell, Georgia. Zach lives in Kennesaw, Georgia, with his fiancée Chloe and 2 dogs. Please welcome Zach to the Silver Lake Hall of Fame.
Wow, this is cool. First off, I want to mention that 15 years ago when I graduated, literally the day after I moved to Georgia, I met a Southern Belle, my fiancée Chloe, and I never moved back. So if I bust out a y'all, don't blame me, you can blame her. I want to thank the Hall of Fame committee and my fellow inductees. It's a true honor to be here tonight, and I can't believe it's been 15 years since I last roamed the Silver Lake halls. Time flies, but it's amazing to be able to share this moment with my family, friends, coaches, and all of you guys. I want to thank a couple people. My brother and sister are here tonight. I love both of you so much. I know it couldn't have been easy growing up with a sibling who was clearly blessed with the better athletic genes. You guys have always been there supporting me, and I'm so happy that you're both in here tonight. I love you. Ben, you were pretty good at baseball. To my parents, thank you for getting me into baseball at such a young age. You didn't just take me to every game. You made it clear that if I wanted to pursue something, I had to give it my all. You're always my biggest supporters, and I wouldn't be standing here without both of you. I love you both. Mom, real quick, you were always my voice of reason. No matter what the result was, you were always there to support me throughout the good and bad times, and I truly love you for that. Dad, I played every game to make you proud. You taught me to compete, challenge myself every day. Quick funny story about my dad. When I was young, he was a carpenter working 13-hour days, and he'd come home tired. Well, all I wanted to do was go play catch in the yard. We'd go out in the yard, and we had like a rock wall and a hill behind him, so if he missed it, he would just walk over and go pick it up. Well, on my side, there was about 100 feet and then a hill, and it went down the hill, through the woods, down the road, so if I missed it, it would take me about 15 minutes. I'd be out of breath. So I'd always come running back up. Dad, why can't we put a fence over here? Why can't we put a fence? And he's like, well, son, the day I put a fence is the day you're going to stop trying to block the ball. That really resonated with me, and I didn't realize it until years later, that he was teaching me never to take the easy route, and I thank you for that. Of course, I can't forget my grandparents. They're here tonight. You guys were always there cheering me on with more energy than anyone else in the stands. You taught me to always aim higher and strive for greatness. And my goal all along was to make you proud, and I hope I did, and this one's for us, Nana Pop. Looking back, I realized how lucky I was to have incredible coaches and staff here at Silver Lake. I still remember trying out freshman year, and we just heard there was a new coach coming in, and I had no idea what to expect. Honestly, wasn't even sure if I was going to make the freshman team, but I ended up making JV, getting called up to varsity midseason, and competing with the juniors and the seniors, and that's kind of really where my baseball career started. Coach Tachi from day one instilled the mindset in us that we were going to do things the right way. We were going to perfect the fundamentals and execute and never stop playing hard. And we bought in. And as a result, the Silver Lake baseball program went from a team trying to figure things out and eventually becoming a Massachusetts powerhouse. And I'd like to think that I was a part of that at the beginning. And that's not just a reflection on the talent that we had on the field, but it was the work ethic and dedication that Coach Tachi demanded from us. I owe so much of my success to Coach Tachi. He challenged me, and he knows I challenged him, which is why we made such a dynamic duo. I remember one game in particular. It was the Duxbury game, and it was a pitcher's duel for first place in the league, and it was a tie game in the extra innings. I think I'd thrown 130 pitches, and he started warming someone up. Well, me being me, when I got to the dugout, he told me I was coming out of the game, and I told him if he wanted to put another pitcher in the game, there would be 2 pitchers on the mound the next inning. And that's just how he worked. Looking back, I realized he was just lighting a fire in my ass. He wasn't going to put someone else in. If there was one word I'd use to sum up my experience here at Silver Lake, it's growth. I didn't just grow as a baseball player, I grew as a person. I learned what it meant to compete, and not only against the other team, but against myself. I learned what it meant to fight for the love of the game, and most importantly, fight for my teammates. Those lessons set me up for the future, and I'll forever be grateful for the relationships and memories that I made during my time at Silver Lake. None of this would have happened without the support of my coaches, teammates, and all the incredible people in this room. Silver Lake just didn't teach me how to play baseball. It taught me how to be a competitor, a better teammate. It taught me how to be a better leader, and most importantly, a better person. So I thank again the Hall of Fame committee, my family, my coaches, and everyone here tonight. I'm truly honored. This is awesome. I will never forget the impact that Silver Lake has made on my life. Here's to growth, continued success, and most importantly, continued love for the game. Thank you.
So, we're going to introduce 2015 softball state finalists from Silver Lake, and we're going to show the video, and then what we're going to have is Coach Pina come up, and captains and the whole team that's here today. And just as a comment, we have a small plaque for each of you individually with your names on it. So as you come up to line up, the easiest thing for us to do would be for you to take your plaque and hold it and line up in front while the captains and coach speak after the video. Is that all right? Make sense? Not a mad dash, just control. The team always had a chance to win. It always had a chance to make history. From my first year on varsity in 2015 to my last year in 2017, every year mattered and had meaning. We always had eyes on us, whether it was our peers, our teachers, our media, college recruits, and others. The Silver Lake softball program was always expected to make an impact. 2015 softball state finalists.
The 2015 softball team was truly something special. The talent and athletic ability on the squad was remarkable. And if any team at Silver Lake had a shot at winning a state title, it was this one. As a regional school, many team members had only played together for a few years, competing against teams who had grown up playing alongside each other. Their ability to come together quickly and work as one was unmatched. After a tough and unexpected loss to Franklin in the first round of the 2014 season playoffs, they knew they had more to prove. While they didn't achieve the ultimate outcome hoped for, Silver Lake advanced further than any other Silver Lake girls team in any sport to that point. The season was filled with unforgettable moments, like Shannon's walk-off 2-run home run that took the Lakers to the South Sectional Finals. There were never-ending pasta parties before every game, belting songs on every bus ride to and from games, and the incredible support from the Silver Lake fans, some painting team member names on their chests, while the Halifax girls softball program bussed youth players to the games to cheer the team on, and even get autographs afterwards. The season ended with several well-deserved honors: 5 Boston Globe All-Stars, 1 Boston Globe Player of the Year, 2 Boston Herald All-Scholastics, and 2 Patriot Ledger All-Scholastics, with 9 players continuing their softball careers at the college level. The 2015 softball team finished undefeated in the Patriot League play, and ended the regular season with 20 wins and a final record of 25-3 as Massachusetts State finalists. It was a season to remember and one that set the bar for Silver Lake athletics. Please welcome the 2015 Silver Lake softball team to the Silver Lake Hall of Fame.
Okay, so the writing on it is really small, but I want to read everybody's name, and you may come up and grab and hold on to your plaque or stand in front of the group. We have Coach Tony Pina. Okay. We have assistant coaches, Buffy Hines, Ashley Ferrera, and Vanessa Hahn. Captains, Megan DiMacedo, Madison Maroney, Shannon Grindle, Emily Critch, and Jennifer Reed. The players Lindsay Carr, Ashley Galandri, Leah Makowitz. Told you, got these letters running together. Alicia Kelly. Anna Batista is here. Caroline Bedetto, Madeline Critch, Emily Goodwood, Alexander Ruprecht, Jill Richards, Hannah Johnson, Kelly Downey, and Carolyn O'Leary.
I grab Shannon's. I grab Shannon's.
Coach, go first.
You can stand behind. Yeah, stand right behind here if you'd like.
Just follow you.
Yeah.
All right, coach, you got it.
Right behind.
I've always said that coaching brings very special people into my life. I've said that for over the 30 years I've been coaching sports. And in this group of, not young ladies anymore, but you know, so you're, puts an exclamation point on that statement. The time spent with them, I'll remember for the rest of my life. I mean, half of them were at my wedding in 2016, so just tells you how special these ladies are. I just wanted to thank, on behalf of the team, the Hall of Fame Committee for their consideration in giving these girls this honor they deserve. To my coaching staff, Coach Hines was my varsity assistant, major part of that journey in the history-making season they had. JV coach that year was Ashley Ferrera, and the freshman coach, former player of mine from Pembroke, who's now the current head coach at Weymouth, who will be playing this year, Vanessa Hain. So that coaching staff, who you choose to surround yourself with when you're a head coach, choosing your assistant coaches, is one of the most important decisions you can make as a head coach. I want to thank our athletic director at the time, Martha Jameson. She took a special liking to this team, and she was one of our biggest fans the whole way. Thank you for getting us the nice coach bus on the way to the state finals, and thank you for that dinner, I think at your old stomping ground around UMass Amherst. So thank you for that dinner as well. So now I'm just going to hand this over to the captains because they were the reason why this team was so successful.
On behalf of the 2015 Silver Lake softball team, we are honored to accept this induction into the Silver Lake Hall of Fame. Thank you to the Hall of Fame committee for this recognition and for making tonight so special. We want to thank our coaches, Mr. Pina, Buffy, Ferrara, and Hines, for pushing us to be our best, and the Silver Lake administration for supporting student athletes, and our families, friends, and fans for being with us every step of the way. Our families, driving us to practice, cheering us on in all weather, shaped us into the players and people we became. And to all those here tonight that coached our youth sports teams and developed us into those players, we wouldn't be here without you, so thank you all. The 2015 season was unforgettable. Silver Lake softball had a strong tradition of success, but that year we made history. We became the first Silver Lake girls team in any sport to reach the state championship game. While other teams have reached that stage again, no one else can say that they've done it first. That accomplishment didn't happen by chance. It took talent, discipline, and teamwork for every player. After a tough playoff loss the year before, we came back stronger, more focused, and more united. From freezing spring practices to the final out of our championship run, we knew we had something special. Though we came from different towns and some of us had only played together for a few years, we competed as one.
While the final game didn't end the way that we hoped, our resilience and love for the game defined that season more than any of our scores. And the moments we remember most go beyond our wins and losses. The pregame pasta parties, our off-key singing on bus rides, and the walk-off home run that sent us to the South Sectional Finals. And then there was the support from our community. Fans painting their chests, young softball players asking us for autographs, and the overwhelming presence of students and families behind us at every single game. They reminded us that what we were doing was about more than just our team. Tonight, what means the most is being recognized together. This induction isn't just about what we accomplished on the field, it's about the legacy that we all created. Our team being selected for the Hall of Fame is not only about our achievements, it's to honor the hard work of everyone that helped us to get here.
Hi. All of our hard work that we put into the success of the season started long before we stepped onto the field that year. For most of us, it started with T-ball when our parents signed us up just because they wanted us to make friends and to be active. Most of us continued to play because it was fun, but others continued because the game started as a passion. I would be remiss if I didn't mention the real reason that we were all able to follow these passions is our parents and our support systems beyond our parents. I wouldn't have made any practices or games without my mom and dad, and occasionally Mr. Baroni. My mom would drive me after working an overnight to practices and would sleep in the car. My dad would always make sure that I had an extra hitting lesson in just before the big game, whether I wanted to go or not, just to make sure that I was right. Our teammates' parents became our own support systems through the season, telling us what a great job we did, even if we felt like we didn't, offering a hug if you looked like you were down. Without these amazing people, we would not be here today. As players, we didn't start our career this 2015 season. When we stepped onto the field, it started with a little girl and a pink glove that we'd never be able to fit on our hands now. If we told those girls that we'd be in the Hall of Fame one day, I know they'd be just as excited and proud as we are today. From all of us, thank you. We're forever grateful to have been a part of this team, this school, and this community. We will always be proud Lakers. Thank you. Roll Lake.
I actually wanted to talk again.
She wants to talk again.
For me.
Well, congratulations, girls, and Tony. Please, anyone who's knows someone who should get these names on them, if you can pick them up and take them. Otherwise, we'll keep them and send them. Those, if you know anybody that you can hand them to, that'd be great. All right? And thank you very much.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Tony. Tony.
This is yours.
And I have a few housekeeping things I'd like to go through. First of all, Ollie said you don't have to leave immediately, so you don't have to leave right this second. We want to take a group picture. probably right here. When this is done, we'll move the table, and we'll take a group picture immediately after I'm finished. We had a TV raffle, and so 2 winners. Scott, pick the TV if you have your tickets. So the story to that is that we are a volunteer group, and we run on a pretty slim budget. And the easiest way for you to see these videos was with televisions. So to rent the televisions actually costs more than buying them. So we bought 2 TVs, but we don't want to take them home. So what we did is we had Scott around selling tickets earlier, unless there's someone that still wants to donate. And they were $10 a piece, and we got the 2 winners here. So if you have your tickets, we have the boxes in the back. You're responsible for packing them. Out they go. So, which way do we go? 267. That's everyone, I think. 0988. 2670988. All right. We'll include the video with the TV, all right? We have 2670827. 2670827. Tony, that one's yours. Don't take the brackets. You're over here. That one's yours. Okay. Our next induction is going to be 2027. And I do want to close. Am I forgetting anything, Ollie? Have I forgotten anything?
Yes.
What?
More people.
Oh, the flowers. Okay, so the flowers to the right, to the person to the right of whoever the table number is facing. Okay? There you go. Okay.
I'm just dealing it.
And finally, I would like to say, on behalf of our committee, and speaking for myself as well, I've been at Silver Lake since 1975. Holy And as I said, it's a pretty young system, Silver Lake. But it is absolutely wonderful. As I retired back in 2010, it's wonderful to go through the process of finding a class such as this, and then as we research and get deeper and deeper into it, you can hear the accolades that these kids have. They're not kids anymore, I guess. They're still kids to me. And the things that we see and we continue to make these videos with prove what a great class we have and what great athletes we have here at Silver Lake. And I'm very proud of it because it's my second home. It was when I was a teacher and a coach and athletic director, and it's still very much involved. And it just gives us so much pride, as Rick has said, to see the successes that you guys actually had. And congratulations to the parents. I know I have 4 kids of my own and 7 grandkids. I know we're in the taxi stage of life, and for what you did for your children. And as I sat here and listened to the actual final videos and the final outcome, what a great class we have here. Stand up. Stand up. All famous. Congratulations. What a great class. You will also receive an email from the committee, me. You'll receive an email from me in a couple of months, which is going to actually ask you if you'd like to join the committee, come by and see what's happening. There is a commitment to that. It's not like a one and done. It takes 2 years to put a class in, and a village, I guess. So thank you very much. Have a safe evening. And congratulations to our class.
Another one in the